The Bunker Project, podcast episode number
28.
And welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. We're live to hard drive here in Studio 604.
All right, specializing with Canadian numbers. 28. Hey, doesn't that sound Canadian? 28.
I thought 32 was the Canadian number.
Really? 64. 69? 84.
All right, we're
174.
back in Studio 604. We're
Barely.
live to hard drive, and we are smoking into the black beers here. We are like, I don't know how many we've had so far.
Many.
And we're on this Okanagan Springs Porter.
Well, I had a
is
Guinness too.
8.5% alcohol.
I had 2 of those, and then I had a couple of
Crazy
Brewmeisters,
stuff.
and they're
Crazy
just,
stuff going on
they're
here.
nothing.
Studio
They're just like
604.
what? They're 241. No, that's milliliters.
So we talked last week. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. But let's jump right into the quote of the week, as we were talking about.
Nice recap. by the
Last
way.
week at the very end of the show, we talked about how we had this really funny quote, and let's just jump right into that.
Well, the quote of the week by Leo Laporte. Okay, let me just roll this one in there. They were talking about weird stuff, and basically it started with the creepy Palm Pre ad. And has anybody seen that ad? Palm Pre, which basically nobody even talks about. We were basically trashing the what's that phone that Microsoft does?
Windows Phone 7.
Thank you, Windows Phone 7.
We weren't trashing it. We were just showing its
No.
pros and cons.
But mostly cons. And basically, no one even does they say, well, but what about the Pre? What about the Palm Pre? No one even talks about it. And that is dead in the water product. So anyways, they launched or tried to launch the Palm Pre.
Actually, just a side note on that.
All right. Oh, wait, is that a digression or just
Sure.
a side note?
Let's count it.
All right.
Digression time.
So it's the game in here. It's with our Game Meister. We have a Game Maven here, and every time we digress, we have another swig of whatever we're drinking.
So Palm basically is, you're right, dead in the water, but they were recently purchased by HP, which means
They're really dead in the water.
yeah, you could you could say that,
Chuckles
or you could say that maybe there's going to be an influx in resources into the Palm OS, and maybe they can revive the brand. Who knows?
Well, you have Palm scanners and Palm printers.
Now they'll just go Android like everybody else.
Well, if we're lucky, or if they're lucky, who knows? Anyways, so
The quote of the week.
they promote. They basically did this ad with this Canadian actress, and she's blonde. And when you look at her YouTube, we'll put a link there. And you look at it, she doesn't have any eyebrows. When you're looking at it, it's like blonde, weird, and she has this airy fairy thing.
Now, is it lighting?
Very bizarre.
Is it lighting that caused her not to have the eyebrows, or is
No,
it
she's just like
really just doesn't
too
have the
blonde.
eyebrows?
Maybe she out in the sun too long, bleached them out. But anyway, so Leo Laporte said, "Oh, she's Canadian." Then here's the quote: "Most Canadians are born without eyebrows. They have to paint them in." So nice dig, Canadian dig. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now the reason I'm promoting this is because I trash Americans all the time. So all you guys, I'm really trying to hold back and not trash you guys. If you want me to trash you more, please email us in, and I will try and trash you
And at least
next
leave
week.
one comment on our American iTunes store, because we don't even have one yet. We got lots of Canadian comments, but not one American yet.
Well, it's because
And
we're in the Canadian
Americans-
iTunes store. If you go to the American iTunes store,
The
isn't it
Americans
same?
are making up 40% of our listenership, so at least one of you should go on in. Yeah, I mean, you're probably listening in iTunes right now. All you have to do is click on the review button and give us 5 stars. And,
Okay, well, maybe we should send them a tutorial.
hey.
Okay, so on your right, there's this little thing connected to your computer. They call them a mouse, and they got 2 buttons. Oh, so maybe it's too basic. All right, that's my dig for the week. All right, so I just want to say my favorite guy is back in town. You know him, and I know him as Mr. Old Spice. Have anybody seen the new campaign? Tried to launch. They kind of did a funky thing. And we talked about a couple shows ago, or another podcast that I talk too much. But basically, instead of launching it all over the place, they found the person that has the most. Oh, Andrew, harsh toast, dude.
Holy black beer.
So our bongs, we haven't cleaned them out very much. But anyways, we are in Vancouver. So anyways, what they did is they went to find somebody that had major influence on the internet through social marketing and stuff like that, and they gave them the first video, and they distributed it. The network didn't do it. The advertising agency didn't do it. They gave it to the number one fan, which I think was very cool. But what they gave him to promote and stuff like that, I don't know. I never got one, so obviously I'm not in that person's network. But suddenly, I go into YouTube today, or a couple of days ago, and they basically bought YouTube. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And they did a pretty cool stuff with cheesy approach with over-the-top special effects, and they basically tried to do it to the next level. But is it working? Is it effective? Or is it lame?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Excellent. So obviously, it's lame because nobody's been paying attention to my monologue.
He was in the
Okay, James, you're going to
Bahamas.
jump in there. What? Oh, we don't even have the mic up. Hang on for a second. Okay, James, jump right in there.
I like it.
Do you like it?
I like it, actually. I think it's interesting. Anything from Old
With
Spice.
the goat that turns into the harp, and then it's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's supposed to be one of those abstract commercials. I mean, the last one had him swan diving into a hot tub and then putting on pants and being on a motorcycle. So, they don't really have to make sense to be viral.
Well,
No, but what about the Volkswagen?
but
The
it didn't go to the
Volkswagen
next level. It's kind of
Star
like
Wars,
they
Darth
repeated
Vader
the same thing.
Super Bowl commercial was
Super Bowl
awesome.
commercial. That was good.
That was amazing.
Something
In
like
fact,
a few days ago, it was like up to 20 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Old Spice Man, was it?
No,
this was-
not at all. This is totally separate. This is the Star Wars
Little kid
Darth Vader costume.
Yeah.
he keeps trying to force push stuff.
What was the product they were moving?
The Volkswagen.
No,
No,
it's a little tick thing. It's a remote control company.
They all have those.
No, it was a car company, just giving you a hard time. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. You know why? It was targeted to the standard North American that watches football. And by the way, most people that watch that game think it's the number one game in the world. I actually checked that out and posted on Facebook. Sorry, guys.
it was Uno. Uno was the number one game.
Number 9. As international sports, number 9, American football, the biggest game in North America with huge revenues. Number 9. Number 1, soccer, easy. What's number 2?
Gold medal hockey game.
Nope.
We're talking worldwide, right?
Cricket. Cricket
Worldwide.
comes in number 2.
Totally.
Cricket. Number 9, American football. So, sorry, Americans.
They did have a
Hey, what about
Thank you
hurling?
for
What
playing.
about hurling? Where's hurling?
Hurling, well, that's basically after the Bunker Project and so many beers. So,
We'll all be hurling after this episode.
oh, if we keep this pace up, absolutely.
Hey, and you know what the problem is I went actually, it was on Sunday.
Here it comes.
I went to Walmart to buy, to stock up on the vitamin B1 patch.
You promised you weren't going to say this.
And they don't have it anymore.
I know. It's an American scandal.
Gotta take a drink, though. That's Andrew talking about a health product.
Yeah, I know. I just had a quick swig there. Well done,
Well, it's not a
Andrew.
health product because really,
It is. I feel healthier when I take it the next morning.
Croft's answer to this is just not to drink.
Yeah, well, what does Croft know?
He's like, prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, well, yeah. How much does Croft weigh? He's
pretty-
not a physically fit type of dude, is he?
He's pretty thin.
He's pretty thin,
Oh,
dude?
yeah.
I
He's
thought
a
he was
thin-
kind of chubby guy.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That was
he's lost a
3-4
lot of
years
weight.
ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
He started listening to his own advice, didn't he?
No.
Damn, I hate when that happens.
He has listened to his own advice, but he's
And fiber
he's not
increases.
he's not I mean he's 77 years old, so he's not
Really? I thought he was older.
No.
Huh.
No, he's not he's not
He's a
into-
maven of
He's not into physical fitness, but he's big time into vitamins.
Oh man, he does. Well, he burns off so many calories lifting those vitamins to his mouth every
Yeah.
morning.
Oh, yeah.
He's like 300-400
Yep.
vitamins every couple hours.
absolutely.
I mean, that'll build up your triceps.
Those are
And
1,000.
all that vitamin C as well.
Oh, he does 10 million
He does 6 or 7 grams of vitamin C a day.
Those 10,000
Exactly.
tablets.
in a syringe.
Those 10,000 tablet, vitamin holders are huge, though. You ever see them at those?
Oh, they're like 10 or 12 kilos. You're
Yeah,
picking that
those are
sucker
heavy,
up,
try
moving
it.
it into the living room. Killer.
killer.
That'd make a great app.
what?
Some vitamin app, right? You wouldn't have to carry that thing around. It's like, give me 1,000. Oh, no. Then your iPhone would have to be a syringe thing into your butt. Next year, maybe. I know. I need the eye syringe. It's just like, oh, yeah. Ooh, hit me, baby.
Bob needs the Swedish Sure Enlarger.
And we're not going down that path at all. Jeez,
All
it was
right.
bad enough talking about Davy Street last week with that dildo store.
The Sure, Sure. He's talking
sorry.
on the Sure
That was our
SM
games
58
maven
beta.
is pardon?
He's talking on the Sure 58 beta.
Yes, if I come in really close,
He really likes that microphone. But he found out today that he could have got a Chinese version for half the price.
No, Mexican. Give me a break. Actually,
A Mexican version for half the price.
well, what it is the guys that manufacture.
Viva la Mexico.
Actually,
Viva la Mexico.
I was in what was that place on Granville?
Tom Lee.
Tom Lee. Went into Tom Lee. Went to the live music section, and there was this little guy. Well, he's my size, so little-ish, average height, quite handsome actually. Had a goatee, short hair,
Midget.
and all right, bastard.
Hey, you make fun of my big eyebrows, so I can make fun of your midgetness.
Well, you don't have big eyebrows. He's just like it's the only guy I know that has to trim his eyebrows with a machete. I
true.
mean, my God.
Hey, you know,
Here,
on that we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but there's this
what
there's
mustache
this
thing?
there's this app on what's it called, where you can make your own clay avatar.
Oh yeah, the claymation
They don't
thing.
have eyebrows big enough.
Yeah, that's
They
from
don't have-
Hotels.com. Yeah, for him.
There's no option big enough. It's just I couldn't make it. I couldn't get a likeness. Anyways, go on.
Well, for what? Which digression? Because we're like
Everyone take a drink.
3, I think.
The bunker drinking game continues.
Oh, that was only 2.
We should probably post the rules at some point.
I don't
Yeah,
think,
if all your
I
listeners.
don't think Eric was here for the for that episode where we initiated that.
That was awesome. We had
and
the
that's
original.
why he hasn't had a drink.
I think that was,
He did.
Oh,
no, we had
okay,
3
you got it.
there.
All right.
I think that was episode 22.
But I mean, for all our listeners at home, you should really have a 6-pack when you're listening to.
That was the episode with
because
Ken,
we digress
the
so much. It's at least a
voiceover
6-pack
guy.
worth. Jeez. Now we do have people that are drinking water, so you can do that if you like. But you could get beat up in the alley after the show. So let me just get rid of this claymation note here because it is so freaking awesome. Hotels.com. Basically, you go. What the hell did I write here? A cool way. A cool way. Boy, am I spelling. A cool way to get people to email address. To get people's email address. There are over 169,000 portraits
Hey, wait a
done
minute.
already.
I have a question. If you can't spell, how do you know that you couldn't spell when you read it?
Because it doesn't make sense. A call way to get people to email addresses. A cool way. And a call.
So you can't write, but you can read.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's the tricky part.
Okay, I
It's
got
his
it.
dyslexia.
Interesting.
I've got half dyslexia. James is gonna get like whiplash if he doesn't stop approaching that mic.
But Bob writes phonetically, which is fine. So if you just forget everything and just sound it out, it does sound exactly what he's trying to say.
Well, see the problem, but then I do spell check, and the spell check messed it up.
Yeah, he screwed
because
up.
it was probably COULE, a cool way, and they would say call. Obviously, that's call. The algorithms for spell check aren't for dyslexic people. Another great app. Dyslexic spellers or phonetic spellers.
That's actually prevalent, but I don't know if an app would be good for that. Maybe actually a dyslexic spell check.
Or a secretary. Anyways,
We'll talk about
169,000
that later.
portraits done already. So basically, 169,000 portraits done already. It's a competition. The avatar with the most votes gets a $200 reward every week.
And by the way,
You get this
like
reward?
9 votes a day, and you can vote for yourself for every vote if you want.
Yeah, and
Tried
then-
it worked.
But listen to this. And then out of all those winners, you go to the next level. And if you win that, you get to go on all expensive paid vacations somewhere in Europe, maybe Israel, and visit the pyramids. I hear they have pyramids in Israel. And Audrey Westbrook with 39,000 votes.
So if you want to see what
So
we're
vote
talking
me
about,
up, man. Let's beat this woman, Andre, and get the crazy black beard Canadian.
For those listening, and
Egypt.
if you're on your computer right now, go to facebook.com/Bob Garlic, and you'll see on his wall a claymation likeness of himself.
Yeah,
Or
which
go to
doesn't
my
really,
page,
makes me look fat, really. He puts 10
facebook.com/Andrew
pounds on there.
McGivern, And James has one here, facebook.com/
You're not going to find mine.
Wow, that's a
Top
great Earl.com. You're not going to
it
find
is
my
top
.com.
secret, actually.
But I mean,
I did post it on my Twitter, though. So if you go to @twisted_magic, you can actually see that I posted.
But on Facebook, he won't friend you because he just
No,
not
he's just that
interested.
way.
No, Facebook's a great platform.
Now,
but
the hair you chose is the one you've got now, or is after you get your haircut? Because man, that's a huge difference. He looks like he's got.
I'm wearing
looks
a
like he's
football helmet. Yeah.
he
Hey,
really
but,
it
you know,
does. His
in-
hair is so thick, it looks like he's wearing.
Do you know what's weird?
I mean, it's the headphones barely.
Do you know
fit.
what's weird in reality?
Uh-oh, here it is.
He's got a chin.
Where? Oh yeah. If you hit the right, just light, you know.
With the right
He
light,
could
he's got
have
a
been
chin.
a football
His
hero.
the clay
He gave it
version
up.
of him does not have a chin.
I know. We just like
No, it does
just
not
digging
have
him.
a chin.
Anyways, you can go to clayyourself.com if you want to skip all RBS, which is a technical word used in the industry in the industry for not ready yet. So back to the real show. Oh, sorry. I have a little drink there. Lovely. Andrew, come on.
So we're going to
drink up.
talk about Rupert Murdoch.
Oh yeah, awesome. Rupert Murdoch. Rupert. You know when I say Rupert, I think of Rupert the Bear. You know the little English cartoon, the little bear doing stuff.
So he
Here's
launched
Rupert
his,
Murdoch, such a cute little guy with a little scarf and stuff. No,
launched-
this
he
guy is
launched
a
a new
multi-millionaire. He's
newspaper.
like, now they have big fangs. And
Fox
kills people,
News, you know,
eats babies
actually-
for lunch.
Croft
Well,
has
that's what some people think.
Croft from Health Empowerment News, no respect for Rupert Murdoch.
Oh yeah, like Crop. Me, I think he's just a little teddy bear with that funny yellow with red striped tie. You know.
But
what
one
I'm
thing
talking
that's
about?
cool, he
big
launched
in Europe.
a new daily magazine.
Yeah, well, he calls it a daily paper, but really it's a magazine because it's glossy. He's hired 100 writers to make amazing original content. Everybody thinks it's basically an experiment in pushing the bounds to see if you can actually sell this concept. A lot of people are panicking because they say, yeah, okay, so you have your iPad, you download this. It's a good deal, $40 a year.
So basically, it's a daily newspaper
a buck
that
a
looks
week.
like a magazine, updated each day.
Yeah, so that's what they complain about. Yeah, but it's only updated each day. It's like, give me a break. I think people are getting into information overload. I would buy a product that has hired a whole pile of top-end writers to analyze what's really going on in the world and giving me succinct content that I only have to read once instead of 10 times.
There's actually a Vancouver-based startup called Sumify. And
About the sumo wrestlers?
Well, they do a social news aggregator, so you can actually tell, and then it sees how many people are talking about it, and at least that's what I assume it does.
There's another one. It escapes my mind. I'll put it in the show notes though, and it's a iPad app or Android app, and it allows you to access almost every newspaper around the world, and it is awesome. I tried it out when I had a trial membership. And you can get it on an iPad, you can get an Android, or you can get it on your home computer, and it is really good. It allows you to see the newspaper as if it was the actual newspaper, and very, very cool. But this one from this daily magazine is kind of unique in that it's only available as a iPad, or I assume it's also on Android. Is it on Android as well, Bob?
No, just for the iPad.
So
that's what's kind of revolutionary about
it's
it.
an iPad only magazine. So
Yeah, they'll probably a lot of the pundits are saying. Don't you love that word pundit? Who brought up that pundit? Are we pundits?
yeah,
You're
well,
kind of like a vitamin pundit.
you know what it
and I'm
means.
a weird guy pundit.
You know what it means, and,
Like a
and you
gaming
just have to
pundit
accept
over
what it
there.
means because
It's a
every other
European
word is the
pundit.
same. You could go on and on about how every
Accountant
word
pundit.
could.
All right, there you go. Yeah, we got the flashy sign on my shirt, pundit, and we got the guy that's got parents in. Never mind. So, anyways, that was the digression. Thank you. Yes, I just did. I just needed a drink. That's
Okay,
all I did.
so I think before we move on to the next topic, let's actually talk a little bit about internet marketing because we have a budding internet entrepreneur right here in Studio 604.
All right, yeah, he's a strapping young lad with huge
So,
samurai swords on his belt.
Why don't you introduce yourself, your name, and a little bit of background info?
Phone number, if you're available next Wednesday, stuff like that. Dating. Oh no, it's not a dating game. Sorry.
At this point, I'm just going to say my name is Joel. And if I have any advice for the budding entrepreneurs who are looking to make some money online, it would be do not follow necessarily another budding entrepreneur. Any of the advice.
So don't follow Joel.
no,
Don't
that's right.
follow Joel.
For God's sake, don't follow Joe.
Any of the advice that, fortunately, any of the advice that I'm going to give you tonight will be relayed from what I've found from the top guys who are actually making money right now. And so I'm following along and hope to be following in their footsteps pretty soon.
Okay,
so what's the plan? What's the
basically
technique?
you're just starting out,
Yep.
and you've got several blogs. You told me 30 or 40 blogs.
You
right?
have 30 or 40 blog?
and
or
so
posts. Do you
so
have
basically
posts?
what he's doing is he's setting up a kind of you're putting out a net basically to catch.
What I'm doing, the first big head honcho that was making lots of money that I followed along, what he suggested is looking into niche markets. These are the things that people are searching for, but not a lot of people are providing. And so you get there's a bunch of ways of narrowing down these keywords that nobody's really putting in their articles, and
So it's
people's looking for it.
So kind of like long tail keywords.
Not necessarily long tail, and that's the great thing. You can just a minute. James here is shaking his head.
Don't listen to the Maven.
Oh,
It's a dark hole that you're gonna get down into. Oh, and he's gonna jump right in there.
No, don't. I'm just shaking my head because I know where you're going with this.
Oh, hang on. Now I just gotta say the Maven and the guy that's into social media. What's your name again? Joel. Yeah, Joel and you guys know each other, right?
no,
I thought you guys knew each other.
no.
You just met at the door.
You met us at the door,
Wow, really?
and then he got past Eric for security. So,
I know.
So I don't know much about Joel.
Okay, Joel. Well, that's fine. Oh, we were just being nice to you because we thought you're Maven. Okay, right into his kidneys. So no, dude, you're doing multiple blogs. Are you actually making different URLs for those blogs, or is it different content bases, or is it?
For the most of it, they're under different URLs. Although with one of the programs that I'm trying, and that's one of the things is I'm just trying a whole bunch of different things out there, and once again, just casting the net and seeing what works. One of them is a URL with a ton of subdomains. They're all dog sites, and they're interconnected, and so because they're related, they're getting boosted up a little bit faster than some of my older ones.
So it sounds like a link strategy you're using.
Yeah.
All right,
partly,
cool.
yeah.
Are you doing any squeeze pages technique?
Yes.
All right, okay. So any what products are you giving away for email addresses?
So you mentioned ClickBank. You're looking for
Yes. Once again, the pros have been recommending that for the most bang for your buck, go for ClickBank products because, AdWords or
AdSense.
AdSense, yeah. Oh, you can tell I'm new. In any case, and Amazon will give you a lot lower commissions. And if you can find something that is really more related to your blog, you can...
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely super
there's
niche.
there's just a quick digression here. Everybody, take a drink.
hang on, I gotta get another beer.
There's a guy who I can't remember his name at the moment, but he does a blog on. He basically does reviews on products, and he sold about $1 million worth of Amazon product because he pretty much exclusively links to Amazon. But Amazon, you make a very small commission. But because he's got such a huge following, and when people click on his affiliate link, he makes a small commission. But because he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are following through and clicking and buying the products as per his recommendation, he makes about $80,000 on that $1 million worth of sales. Now, with ClickBank, you can make significantly more. Correct?
Absolutely.
But now you're trying to convince somebody to buy something a little bit harder to sell than a camera or a computer or whatever.
It all depends on what you're offering. Affiliates usually have like anything from pretty cheap, like $5 information products, to like $80 plus video courses. And the best ones usually will give you a 75% commission. So it's a good way to go.
Yeah. And I know I follow somebody who's in the podcasting world is selling their own digital products, and quite a few of them on how to podcast, how to create webinars, and how and workflows on all sorts of different things. And he's selling his own product, so it's 100% commission. He just has to put the time together to create the product, and then he normally charges $150 an hour to do the actual consulting. And then when somebody calls him or emails him and says they want to hire him, they says, well, I did this digital product already. You can get it at a fraction of the cost that it would cost to consult with me and for me to teach you how to do this. And they just buy the product, they listen to it or watch it, and bada bing, da bang. He doesn't have to do anything other than what he's already done to record the original product. So it's a great deal. And then he can also syndicate that through ClickBank.
Absolutely. Actually, another really great way that I'm looking into is, once again, designing your own products. I have a few products. In any case, if you're having trouble getting traffic, go out and actually contact people who have websites who aren't monetizing it properly, and tell them about your product, because most people make something really good, throw it up on ClickBank, and then not go any further. And if they put in the effort to find things that already have related traffic and get them to sell your product, that I've been told that can really boost up your income really fast.
It's true.
Well, there's a lot of people that are making money doing this, and it's just a matter of, perseverance and getting it out there.
Yep,
So,
absolutely. Start now, keep going. There's a guy in town, Lee. What the heck's his name? I'm on his mailing list. I get stuff every couple of days. Man, oh man, that guy's make $40,000 a month. Now, he's been doing it 5 or 6 years. He's one of the first people to do it. He's got like 300,000 on his mailing list. Yada yada yada. Yeah. So,
what's his name?
John Chow. And if you want, I can give you his mailing address. He would love to put you on his mailing list. But the products he sends to me, very interesting. I don't buy any of them, but it's because I just look at his market research. Very, very, very interesting stuff. And a lot of it is based on buy this product and we'll show you how to monetize the internet. And I think the secret to monetizing the internet is to create a product that helps other people monetize the internet. I mean, that's the best way.
And there's a lot of these informational products that are out there. They offer a money back guarantee, and we won't say any names, but Bob purchased a product recently.
Oh, well, we can name names. The Podcast Answer Man.
Okay.
Oh yeah, God, don't do that.
Okay, we named a name.
We're gonna get
actually,
sued.
The upside to the story is that instant refund, and usually they offer an instant refund if you're not satisfied. And Bob experienced that. He was not satisfied with one of the products because he already knew everything that was on there, and it just wasn't.
Well, I knew more than anything. I mean, okay.
Yeah, okay.
If you guys know the Podcast Answer Man, go. His style is meandering, to be polite, right? And we listen for an hour, and you get 2 or 3 really good points, sometimes 4. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, it depends.
An hour, 4.
It depends on the listener, because a lot of
on level.
You and I follow a lot of other people and get a lot of information from different sources. If he was your only source of information, you get like 20 or 30 good points.
Yeah, it'd be a god. So, anyways, for me, I'm a very humble person, so I say, Podcast Answer Man, he's a really good guy, blah blah blah. I'm gonna buy this product, $99. Buy the product, listen to it, and it was, completely useless to me.
Now,
so I said
in defense.
In defense, yeah.
Of the Podcast Answer Man, the product was advertised as a 101 product. So Bob ordered the product, and then he subsequently emailed the guy back and said,
if I'd known it was really
it was just
Learning how to use a computer, this is a mouse.
It just wasn't really what I was expecting. Boom, instant refund.
Yeah, I got an instant, literally 5 minutes after I sent the email. No questions, nothing like that. I got something from PayPal before I got his response. So it was like, well, boom, boom, boom. And then he sent me an explanation. Hey, Bob, I understand, but really, most of my audience is for rank amateurs. They're trying to get into it, la, da, da, da. Sorry about that, blah, blah. So consequently, I did, in my letter to him, I explained what I was doing, and I said I was going to buy another product. Now I bought another product from Lynda.com. Is it Lynda?
Lynda.com.
Lynda.com.
Very good site.
Unfriggin' believable. $99. I got this software. It's like unbelievable. It blows my mind how much information. So really, if you want to learn about something, go to lynda.com and check it out. Basically, you can pay $25 a month, and they have 78,000 programs that they have amazing tutorials.
I've actually watched a few of their tutorials, and
it's pretty impressive.
I can say they are very, very good.
Yeah.
You should upgrade to the $30 premium though, and then you get all of their work files also for free.
Yeah, but I'm at a level that I've been messing with computers and being in the communication business for a couple of years, and I don't even need to work files. I just listen, absorb the stuff, say, oh, okay, and then I relate the lesson specifically to something I need to do for a client.
Yeah,
more than anything
if you're
else.
Photoshop,
If it's something that
Photoshop would be different.
If it's something that you're new to, yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Well, if you're a Flash developer or something, those tutorials can come in really handy.
Oh
instead of having
gosh,
the videos. So you just get their files, and then you can see their code structures and how they made different effects in Photoshop. HTML files, any of that stuff.
And the thing is, what I love about lynda.com is that there's just not like one huge 3-hour video. It's like, we're going to teach you how to open the file and do this and that. And it's 2.5 minutes long. And it's called opening a file and this and that. And then the next file is, now we're going to do this and that. So you'll have 127 files with each having, so you can zero in. And I was using that today. I went back and I said, oh gosh, I got this really lousy audio file. How can I fix it? And I went through it, and I just had to skim through 2 or 3, and I figured out what to do. So definitely great value for your content.
Yep.
So you can buy the CD.
Lynda.com, and then there's also, obviously you can go to YouTube and get some basic stuff.
But you know what? Compared to the stuff that's on YouTube and what Lynda blows it away. I mean, okay, compared to what's on YouTube and what's on with Podcast Answer Man was pretty good because it's more succinct. If you're specifically looking for, I want to make my voice sound like Mickey Mouse and some cute stuff, yeah, YouTube's great for playtime. But if you want professional, I am taking this product seriously and I have a project and I need to get it done like today because I'm going to get paid $5,000 next Wednesday to get it done, Lynda.com will save your ass every time.
Lynda.com is awesome. And, not to knock the Podcast Answer Man, because I'm actually a big fan.
Oh, he's a great guy. I'm not knocking him.
Podcast Answer Man, podcast in particular. Also Business Tech Weekly, Social Media Serenity. There's all sorts of content over at
That's all free now.
GSPN.tv. Now, it's not free. Now, what was interesting is he has this particular, he used to have a premium model where you would, if he would, for Podcast Answer Man, because he was promoting his consulting services, was always free. But he had a number of other podcasts. He does about 15 podcasts every week. And most of the podcasts were part of his premium model, which you'd get 1 episode a month, maybe 2 for free. And the other 2, you had to be a Plus member, which I am a Plus member. I paid $10 per month to get all the episodes. And, partially because I've been following him for quite a while and because I really respect what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. And I want to contribute to get the content and things like that. But recently what he did is he changed his whole premium model to anybody who's ever been a member at any time throughout the history of GSPN.TV, or even if you just donate a one-time donation of even $1, you're a Plus member for life. So anybody who's interested, go over to gspn.tv and donate whatever you want, even a one-time donation of $1, although it's worth much more than that. and sign up, and you can get all the content for free. And the one podcast that I really, really value there is not even the podcast Answer Man, it's Business Tech Weekly. Very, very good podcast. And the podcast Answer Man, of course, is great. Let's just talk about a few other podcasts, Bob.
Okay.
What podcasts about podcasting do you listen to?
Studio.
The Podcaster Studio.
Podcaster, very good. I think if you graduate out of Podcast Answer Man, that's a good support one. There's one that's called
The Audacity to Podcast.
Yeah, Audacity, not bad. But if you're going to get into the new program,
actually, what I like about the Audacity podcast is his meticulous attention to detail.
Drives me nuts.
Actually,
it's very pedantic. It's a pedantic show. Let's face it. It's pedantic.
No. Yeah, he does take such great care in the show that it can be a little.
He's a comedian, which is kind of weird. It's like, this is pedantic guy. It's like, this guy's funny.
A Christian comedian who's very, 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 very. Anyways, he is a very good podcaster when it comes to the Audacity to Podcast, and getting the details across. On actually Audacity. If you're interested in Audacity and using Audacity to edit your podcast, which Bob is no longer interested in now that he's he's experienced the Audition world,
the awesomeness of Audition. Really, I mean, Audition totally but that's a great one. Blows it away.
Then there's the Podcast Starter, which is another great podcast starter. Yeah, highly recommend that one.
There's one about law. It's like a little old, but the issues are still relevant. There's a woman in Chicago or Boston or whatever, and she interviews a bunch of lawyers about legal rights with podcasting and ins and outs. That's definitely what we'll put show notes on 4 or 5 or 6 of these shows that we recommend. It's definitely worth listening to, just to get a smattering of styles, because definitely all different styles.
Yep.
And, what do you think we're our style? I think we're more like a twit style.
Well, one thing we got mentioned on the Audacity to Podcast when I called in about that RSS graffiti thing, and he said, he recommended to his audience that hey, you can go there. There's some podcasting stuff there, but I'm not sure about mixing podcasting with black beer. I don't. I don't see how.
How can you do a podcast and drink? I
don't see how that mixes. But obviously, he thinks.
Well, we can do red wine and wafers. It's like, all right, never mind. So, anyways, we're is that a digression? What the hell? Let's have another.
You know what the benefit of having this podcast here is? I don't have to carry all the gear back. I
know.
For like,
hey, tell me about that present I gave you today.
Oh, a cool bag to carry all the gear.
$10, by the way. That present.
So when we get another location, I'm going to have to carry all the gear in that bag for $10.
It's an awesome. I went to one of these secondhand stores in Canada. They're like thrift stores, and what's the other names of those stores? Huh? No, not consignment. It's just like you to go. It's like secondhand stores, and Goodwill and
we got it.
Anyways, so I went there and I found this amazing golf bag. That's not like the full on golf bag, but it's check it out in the corner. It's awesome. $10, man. Okay, it's a 50% sale. It's $20. $10. That's like $150 bag, man. Easy for carrying the stands, stuff with the pockets.
To get to the bunker bar, what I've been doing to carry all these stands is I've been taking a phone wire, like one of those RJ11 phone wires, and tying it to one end of the stand and tying it to the other end of the stand, and then just putting it over my shoulder.
That's not RJ11.
And then I've got this big, really cool, Valerie got me this awesome bag.
Very nice. Very heavy.
Very nice bag. But now, it's going to be cool.
No, it was, he wasn't using it when he was saying those RJ11. Basically, it was a landline. It's like with the clip still on it. It was like a landline.
Yeah, RJ11, that's what they're called.
Very high tech. Very high landline shoulder torture device. So, I scored him a really cool bag.
Yeah.
So, no complaints.
That's the benefit of being co-host of the Bunker Project.
Yeah, Bobby knows how to shop for cheap stuff. I was going to say the S word, but stuff
I know.
is
I was
going
to say, that's
stuff.
It was close to being explicit there.
Yeah, exactly. Close
All
one. 40% or maybe 50%. Anyway, so Macworld.
Macworld.
I'm just going to jump right in there with Macworld.
Okay.
Why do they call it Macworld? Macintosh, Apple, the big O, was not there. All it was accessories.
Well, that's where the money is.
Yeah, no, but Mac is even, it's called Macworld. Mac isn't even there. It's like, it should be called Accessory World. Crazy. So, I think a couple of years, doesn't exist. And that's the technical term for being taken out of the sunlight. Right there. No Adobe. Adobe wasn't there. And Wacom tablets. So,
well, why would Adobe be there?
Well, come on. They got like Creative Suite 5. They said millions of... Okay.
Adobe would never be there anymore.
Adobe would be pissed.
Yeah, well, but there's no Adobe World, is there?
There will be.
Well, do. All right.
Adobe and Wacom work perfectly well together.
Oh, my goodness.
And
That's
the
a good
playbook.
combo.
The playbook.
Hey,
Adobe will work well with the playbook.
The playbook, that's the BlackBerry product, right? Apparently, it's designed for schools, and you have styluses so for people can take notes. So they're targeting students. I think is a brilliant move.
They're targeting
Apple did.
They're targeting the enterprise world with the playbook.
Yeah, but
It's,
they're also. But I think that they're basing it on student sales.
Yeah. Well, really, they're basing it on B2B.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And they're going after their core demographic, which is the enterprise customer.
So my question is, was this a slight demo?
My question
okay,
is
maybe not.
Like really like for the Playbook 2, I really hope that they have an integrated pin.
Because they haven't even put a Playbook 1 out yet.
No, I know, but I think it's a big mistake.
I'm waiting for Playbook 4.
Here, okay, we talked about in the last episode, we talked about the big mistake with Windows Phone 7 is with the apps and the price point. With the Playbook, they don't have an integrated pin. So if I buy a Playbook, as somebody who used to be a big-time BlackBerry user for years, now I went to iPhone, then I went to Android, now I'm on Windows Phone 7. I'm going to
go back to Android.
Back to Android probably. But if I'm interested in the Playbook, which is an awesome tablet device, it would be great if I could have a pin and be back in the BBM world with the Playbook without having to tether it to a BlackBerry. But as it stands now, in order to get the BBM, you have to tether it to your BlackBerry. So it's only really good for the BlackBerry users. Now, not to say that it's not a good product for people who don't have a BlackBerry, but I think it would be that much better if it had its own integrated pin. My opinion. I don't know about what you have to say about that. Oh, we got a call. We got a call coming in.
It's okay. Okay, somebody is in trouble with his wife. That's all I can say. Honey, pick up some eggs, flowers. All right. New phenomenon. Well, it's kind of like a sad phenomenon in the United States. This whole thing about all the kids have been raised in high technology. And wow, they're on Facebook and they're doing this and that.
Hey, Bob.
Aren't they going to be?
I forgot to push the button.
No, yeah. I've been checking later.
Okay,
You can't fool me on that one.
Me.
Yeah. Hey, never mind. Go to the previous shows. We were cussing and swearing. Well, within parameters.
It's happened a few times.
Okay, so basically, with this phenomena is universities are noticing. You might want to dub that down while they do all that moving with the mic. With this new phenomenon with the people coming or growing up with technology and this amazing stuff that's available. There's wow, everybody's going to be great programmers, and whoa, we're going to have these amazing people that really get internet and develop and bring it to the next level, and it's going to be great. And all the profs are saying, nope, I've got a bunch of sheep that are good at consuming content but have nothing between their ears as far as ideas are concerned. And they're freaked out. I mean, the professors at major universities in the United States are freaked out. Where's the next Steve Jobs? Where's the next generation of people that are going to bring us to the next level? Because you know what? If we don't do it, India will produce the next Steve Jobs. And you know what? China may do it. Or somebody in Europe may do it. And the United States is not, and I'm not just giving them a hard time or anything, not on very firm footing right now. And this could be what kills it.
Comments from
He's got whiplash, man. James has got whiplash. Hang on, he's dubbed out. James is dubbed out. No.
And going back.
Eric's turn.
No, definitely. I mean, the most classic analogy I can think of about something similar is most of us, we use cars, but we don't know how to fix the engine, right? Or to develop it.
Yeah.
We're heading that way with the internet and the technology. Definitely, in a few years' time, most of the people will be just consumers.
Well, that's the way it is right now, no?
No, it would be much worse because all of us, in a way, we went through a few paradigm shifts, but we always needed to learn the system. I mean, me, for example, or you, we needed to learn basics when it started, or other languages, or even to tweak the code a bit just for our website. In a few years' time, nothing like it. Just turn the key and it will operate.
Okay,
and you won't need to know anything else.
But
for most users, that's acceptable.
But the average user right now is in that situation. They don't know.
No, true, but still you have enough of a population of people that have still gone through all the different stages and are still into the technical tweaking mindset.
Yeah, we're talking 5 or 6 years.
But
like everybody in this room
5 or
right
10
now.
in 10 years time, most of the people will be consumers.
You know what that means? Wix will control the world.
Hopefully soon.
So you're saying Wix is Skynet?
Well, basically.
I thought Google was Skynet.
Oh man, no, Google. That's nothing compared to Wix. No, it's a good point because basically, if you don't know how something works, then you have no power. Because if they turn off the switch, there's nothing you can do. Because if they say, you know what, we've decided that we're in conflict with stuff in North America, and as an embargo, we are cutting off our product. And then everybody in the United States or North America said, well, but we're using these products. We don't know how to make a website.
It's not only that. That is on the software side. On the product side, we are all used to buying a computer and upgrading it. Just changing the graphic card or whatever. But now you have like the iPhone or iPad or the Mac. You can't open it. You can't upgrade it. You can't mess with it at all. Something which is basic to all of us. We were brought up with computers that we can open and change and tweak and play with it.
But you're showing your age. You're showing your age. You see, I have the same mentality. I was like Mac System, 8 and Mac System. I remember when Mac System 9. It was like, oh my goodness, 9. I have less control. But I can still go into the preferences and mess around and
yeah, but we're still talking about tech
out.
savvy people. We're not talking about the average user, and still the average user right now doesn't have a clue how to do any of that stuff. Yeah. So I don't think that it's a big issue, but I think that it is. We lose something when the tech savvy people don't have access to that anymore.
Yeah, but also the tech savvy people are making it easier for the average consumer to make their own stuff.
Yeah, it is. But what happens when the tech savvy people are taken out of the formula? The people, it's like
that's not going to happen.
How fix my car?
That's not going to happen. Tech-savvy people will always be around. If you want to mess around with an operating system, you can always get Linux. If you want to put that on your system, it's not.
And how many people would go into Linux today? Okay, except from the professionals.
We're talking about the same thing. The average person is never going to do that. No. Well, but the average person right now doesn't know how to do any of the stuff that you're talking about either.
Don't even worry about it.
They just hire somebody.
They can barely use a mouse.
If they need to defragment their hard drive, they hire someone and pay them,
$125 a month or whatever.
To do something that takes a click of a button.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
But what we're talking about is a kind of a zeitgeist. Hang on, a zeitgeist?
Oh.
I like that word. Coming on, zeitgeist.
Write it down.
Show notes, zeitgeist will give a definition of that word.
If you are born into a culture that, with a mass of people that are used to tweaking and playing and developing and upgrading stuff, then there's a good chance that your country or whatever it is will develop But if you're born into a culture that just knows how to use and consume on a mass scales, you are definitely into trouble.
Yeah, because like where you develop, where you creating the capital, the basically the money to buy that expertise. Because if you can't create that expertise, then you're dependent on that expertise. Kind of like, it's like heroin. I need my fix. And you go in this spiral, negative spiral. It's like, oh, but I need this technology. Well, this technology costs $10,000. I can't afford $10,000. It's not fair. I said, well, that's how much it costs. But we don't have $10,000. Well, bye-bye.
So
and that's what happens.
Just go sign the petition, and you won't have to pay so much for your internet.
Come on. It's
Back
nothing
full
to
circle,
do with it.
back
It's nothing to do with it.
We're back to the internet.
We're Canada's third world.
What's this about Zuckerberg
On Saturday Night Live.
on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, you got to check it out. Now, it's very, very hard to find. We would give you a link on our show notes, but it's not available on YouTube. So you hunt it down, find us a link, and send it to us. But basically, Zuckerberg, the real Zuckerberg, and the Zuckerberg from the movie are on Saturday Night Live. It's hilarious. But I went, and every resource I went to says removed for copyright infringement by CBS. So, yeah, it's not available because Zuckerberg, 500 million fans. Of course, that's huge brand value. And they pulled that sucker because, and I'm sure Zuckerberg is well pissed off about that, because people on Facebook can't even put Zuckerberg on Facebook. The corporate guys messing with the big guy. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
Anybody see that episode? No, me either.
Nope.
All right. We got another note here in the show notes. Is Bing better than Google?
Yeah, actually, I did a post on my...
James is laughing his head off here.
You chortle me, big guys. Now, it's basically what's happening with Bing, Google, and Yahoo. And there's a big fracas right now. Technical term, fracas. James, fracas, you said. There's a big fracas right now with Google and Bing, because frugal techies are saying, hey, Bing's copying us. And Bing is saying, no. We're just analyzing what you're doing, and we've made our own algorithms.
Hey,
and
do you
we're not copying
do you remember when Bing first came out?
And everybody was chortling.
And then so they came out with these really cool pictures on their search page, and then Google started adding that same thing, right? Without an opt-out. And there was a revolt. Everybody freaked out saying, hey, this Google simple, Google logo on the white page is part of my life. You're messing with my life. Yeah. And they switched back. But Bing said, they came out with an official statement saying that they were happy for the compliment from Google to copy their image on Facebook, Facebook on Bing.
Yeah, but they also had Pac-Man on the Google thing, and that was
you go.
But that ended up being played more times than Bing has ever been used for searches.
Yeah. No, the big argument right now, I know the Pac-Man thing and yada.
And by the way, Bing Maps,
a lot of people freaked out and called into tech and say, hey, I've got this waka sound on my computer. What's going on? I don't know.
Microsoft fix your Bing Map.
When I'm on Google, I open it up and there's a waka sound. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, it freaked out a lot of tech guys until they figured it out.
Has anybody used Bing Maps on their Windows Phone 7 yet?
No, this is
it
please
sucks.
I can't. Last week I asked Andrew a simple question. Andrew, please just tell us the positive things about the phone that you own, other than the
there's lots of positive things. The maps really sucks.
Yeah.
And on Android you've got Google Maps.
What's positive?
On iPhone you've got guess what? Google Maps. On Windows Phone 7, Bing Maps.
I'm not trying to take the piss out of.
So I look for something and I end up in Illinois. Give me a break. I'm in Vancouver.
It's almost as bad as MapQuest.
I don't want to be in Illinois.
Hey, MapQuest ain't that bad compared to Bing.
So yeah, big
Google.
shout out to Microsoft. Fix your frickin' Bing Maps, man.
That's a
'Cause
technical term.
it's ticking us off over here
Oh man,
at the Bunker Project.
Well, ticking the guy that's got the stupid phone with the speakers. But so this is to
it'll
take
get
the piss
better.
out of Andrew's product.
It's hilarious because I've got this phone with this little slide out speaker surround.
Have you picked up any girls with that?
Mobile
Huh?
surround.
Huh?
And you slide it out, and you've got the surround sound, which actually in a small room it sounds pretty good. But when you're on speakerphone, it's worse than a regular speakerphone.
Yep. What can I
It's,
say?
yeah.
Even BlackBerry beats him on the
Anyways,
speakerphone. So.
but on the whole, I have to say I'm
Very impressed.
very impressed with Windows Phone 7.
Yeah.
It's actually it's a good OS, and it will
It's a
amount to
solid
something.
phone. Come on, you answer.
Over
Hello, my name's Bob. How are you doing? Yes, that's very nice. How about next
The
Wednesday?
apps are actually
it
really
works.
good. The visual interface, awesome apps.
And
Just very few of them, and the ones that I want aren't available yet, and the ones that I would be willing to pay for are 3 or 4 times as expensive as on
So
Android
you're not gonna get 'em.
or iPhone.
So there's no value in the
So-
apps. Basically, you're saying.
Don't worry.
So
don't
they're
worry.
behind. They're behind the
Don't worry.
8-ball on.
Don't worry. We'll release some
The
apps
app
for
site.
you.
Hang on.
Sweet.
I have to digress here. Windows 7, as an analogy, Windows 7 is not behind the 8-ball. They aren't. In no way are they behind the 8-ball. They're not even in the pool hall. Okay? And I'm just getting nailed with Andrew. All right, Andrew. Sorry for taking that.
He's giving you-
it's true.
He's giving you the.
It's true, and it's
Jedi
like
style.
we should post this video on the show notes. There's a video that came out. I can't remember this is the theme of today. I can't remember anything, but
welcome
there's
to
somebody
Bob's
that
World.
came out with this video for the iPhone, and really people who work in the industry really resonate with this video because they receive these calls every day. Do you got the iPhone? No. Do you want to go on the list? Oh no, I want it today. Of course.
Yeah.
And so you're getting like 300 calls a day from people that want the iPhone right now, and there's none available. And that's just the way it is. And it's just hilarious. And then there's this video that came out that said that compared the Evo to the iPhone and how much better the Evo was. And they said, no, I want the iPhone. No, I want the iPhone. And compared it feature by feature, which you saw that video?
Well,
Hilarious.
Well, I actually saw a tablet side by side of iPad and one of the old tablets from 2002, but it was very similar. It was like it had all the same components as an iPad, except for it was back in 2002, but nobody wanted to buy it back then. They're like, "What tablet?" Pfft.
Yeah, because who wanted that until it came out as the iPad, and suddenly it's the next big thing. And now, within the next year, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of products in the same category.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I just got to jump in here because we're just about to close out the show. I was on my Gmail account, and lo and behold, I saw, hey, phone call, voice over IP phone call option, and I clicked on it, download this product, and I can do basically phone anybody in North America for free for this year on my Gmail account. And I don't know if anybody else has got that notification. It's awesome. I pay $2.99 a month with Skype to do something. So that's a nice gift. So you're saving $2.99 right there. I checked it out. I phoned Andrew. I said, hey, Andrew, hey, how you doing? I'm just being really cool. I'm talking on my new Gmail thing.
It's
Oh,
funny.
yeah, I've had that for 4 months. I was so depressed.
It's funny because the way Google works is they slowly roll things out. So if you're lucky, you get it right away. And if
Andrew's
you're-
very lucky.
No, because there was people that had it long before me too, and it's pretty cool. You right from your Gmail, you can call people. You don't get a number.
It accesses your address book and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you have Google. You have Google Voice. You have Google Voice. Okay, there's someone in here that has Google Voice.
Wow, okay. Sam he just thrust his business card in front of me. He is just basically
is it
trumped
based
us
out
all.
of the U.S.? Yeah,
It's
he's got a
basically- it's
Google
basically-
Voice
yeah,
number
'cause it's
based out of the
Google
US.
That is awesome, dude. Now, do you have to have a US address
we've
to be able
talked
to pull
about-
that off, or how did you get that on Gmail? No, you have to go to the mic. Just tell us out. So we're gonna have it. Sam's gonna come in. He's been here for the last 2 shows. He's been very quiet.
Okay, so
and I tell you,
if you go back in the
very
archives,
impressed.
if you go back in the archives, we've talked about Google Voice, and that's one of the titles of the show is Google Voice.
yeah.
And people who've listening to
So Sam,
they know that I'm ticked off that Grand Central came out in Canada many years ago. It was a company called Grand Central that offered this product, which is basically Google Voice. Google bought them and rebranded as Google Voice
Yeah.
and made it only available in the United States.
grandfathered it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I had this Google Voice number.
Oh, wait.
For,
Hang on for a second. You got your volume. You got to get right on top of that mic.
I had this Google Voice number for about a year now.
Yeah.
I forwarded to you have to be a Canadian US resident and US address to get the US number. So I forwarded the number to my 800 number, and 800 number gets to my Canadian number forwarded. So anybody calling on my Google Voice number, it comes to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So you're
it just shunts to your regular
you're
number.
paying for a 1-800 number in order to make it work.
Yes. That's,
How much is the 1-800 number?
That's about $12 a month.
Okay. So I've got a product called Talk to Me.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Talk to Me, which is basically Google Voice, but a paid version. And it gives me a 1-800 number as well. And it gives me a lot of the same functionality as Google Voice. And that's where if you're interested in joining the show or asking any questions on the show, you call 1-877-636-1474 and you can get on the Bunker Project. But, still, even though I have this product, I'm still totally choked that Google Voice is not available in Canada when Grand Central was.
I know.
And it's ridiculous.
Do you think that the big companies are lobbying against it?
No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just they haven't rolled it
don't
out
care.
yet in Canada.
Well, let's send them a letter. Everybody that listens to the show, send them. Hey, come on, give it to. I'm sure in a couple of weeks it'll turn around. All right. So,
But it's an awesome product and it's free. And if it was here, it would be awesome. I'd be using it. And I think all of us would actually. It's basically like a phone switchboard. And it allows you to have a virtual PBX, which a lot of companies are paying big bucks to have here. And
serious.
it gives you a phone system, and it's completely virtual and awesome.
What? Oh, it's
Eric
a
is
connection.
asking.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to make this Homer Simpson thing work, and I think it's the metal connection that makes
It is,
it work.
yeah. You got to do that. And,
Oh,
and
okay, so
I
grounded
think
on my
we'll
teeth.
have to wait. We are seriously in overtime here, so we are going to.
No, I don't think I'm going to try that. Okay.
Sign out.
I'll have to open another beer to get Homer to say goodnight. All right, so that sounds like the end of the show.
All right. So call our Talk to Me number.
And if not-
1-877-636-1474, and we will bring your question, comment, complaint, or suggestion into the show.
Absolutely.
And
Hey, you can call us and arrange to do a live call in like we did today. Absolutely. Or
Call,
last show, actually.
call and leave. If you call 1-877-636-1474, you'll get the option to leave a message or to call directly myself, Andrew McGivern, or Bob Garlick. Talk to either of us and we'll arrange for an interview just like we did with Tristan. And we'll see you again
Next week. All right, cool.